You know, we never talked about how this whole revolution thing began.
I can't remember the exact moment, but I remember what I was doing when things started to change for me. I was planning a bank heist one day, and I was going over the ranges of their security camera systems. Naturally, one thing led to another. I tried a new camera feed, this time outside the bank. Then another one, this time down the street. Then another one inside a shop. I guess you could say I developed somewhat of a curiosity for observing. At first, I just hacked and cycled through random feeds throughout Prodigium, switching channels until I found something I liked. But sometimes I came across something horrible. I saw the Imperium's corruption and how it made people suffer. What really got me was how much suffering there really was, and how far it reached. Did you know that the galaxy doesn't even know about half the Imperium colonies? They keep everything under wraps until the settlement is deemed to be successful. But a lot of them never make it that far. If one fails due to some horrible mismanagement or even a natural disaster, the Imperium cronies at Kuso cover everything up, just so that people's faith in the Veil isn't shaken. You need to understand how my mind works, Captain. I always think in terms of logic and math. And an equation started forming in my consciousness. How many people did the Imperium hurt every day? How many did they kill? And what about the ones we don't know about? I'm not even talking about those colonies. I'm talking about regular, everyday citizens who disappear and are never seen again. The number astonished me. It fucking haunted me, man. I... I'm ashamed to say it, but I tried really hard to ignore it at first. I just didn't want to accept that it was happening. And I really didn't want to accept that I had the power to change it.
So that's when it started.
I tried talking to Opa about the guilt I felt. But, come on, he was a chut. He basically told me as soon as you start worrying about the suffering of other people, you start to suffer yourself. I pretended that I understood, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. Doing nothing while so many lives were lost. It started to drive me crazy. Long story short, I tried to escape. It didn't go so well. I never even made it to the nearest spaceport. The desert's a pretty crappy place for a kid that's never been outside of a basement. After I came home, Opa was a worried wreck. But he started to understand. All of the money I stole for him started going towards getting the revolution moving. That meant building more facilities, training myself, and planning my first series of cyber attacks on government targets. The rest is history.
Bloody hell! You managed to do all that on your own?
I may be good, but I'm not that good. I had help. But that help is also the reason why I have those trust issues you may have noticed during our time together. Anyways, I'd rather not get into it right now.
You know what I was just thinking about? Our first job together.
If only it was our last.
Ah, come on! After everything we've been through, you're still sore about that?
You're lucky I needed someone to fly into the Volt Station in the first place. Too bad my usual guy was unavailable that week.
Sick?
Dad, he was practicing the run in a canyon and didn't quite get the turns down.
Yeah, I remember those were some fucking brutal angles. And I didn't even have the Phoenix back then.
I remember when a friend gave me your contact info. I looked up your record and couldn't believe how insane it was. It didn't seem real. For those accomplishments, your price just didn't make any sense. I checked for authenticity 3 times just to make sure you were legit and not some dipshit scammer.
Bet you felt guilty about that, eh?
No, I didn't. Because you were a dipshit scammer. The only reason your price was so low is because you fucked over so many people that no one wanted to work with you anymore.
To be fair, I mostly ripped off gangsters and other assorted assholes. Well, mostly.
What made you think you could get away with it?
I figured you were just some brat that was in over her head and needed a legit criminal like me to do your dirty work. By the way, why are you so casual about letting people see your face? Isn't keeping your identity a secret like rule number 1 of hacking?
It is, but there's no reason to hide your face when you don't have an identity. There's no record of my existence anywhere on the HoloNet. Also, I almost never leave my bases. Even when I do, this eyepiece can disrupt all facial recognition software. But actually, I prefer to show myself, because my face constantly makes people underestimate me. I thought a guy that wears panties over his head might understand that. But you also fell for it, now didn't you?
Shit! You're right.
Don't feel too bad. I've made the mistake of underestimating someone before as well. Didn't work out for me either.
Who?
Maybe some other time, Cap. I've got some diagnostics to run.
Everything okay? Demi said you haven't moved from your console in hours.
I received a message from someone today, and I don't know what to do. I'm afraid, Captain.
You? Afraid of someone?
I don't suppose you have any advice on how to deal with a crazy ex?
Oh, I see. You let someone get too close before you could see how fucking crazy they were. Is that right?
Something like that?
You know, I almost settled down with a girl in New Vegas. She was a good Sheila. Or at least she was, until I said we shouldn't get serious until we both got sober first. I tell ya, it's a hell of a thing when someone stabs you in the chest for a bottle they just broke over your head while telling you that you're the one with a drinking problem.
What did you do about it?
Well, I got stitches.
No, you get stabbed all the time. I mean, how did you get her to accept it?
I didn't have to. Fortune, she glassed me in front of the entire Navy Academy. They threw that psycho in prison so fast.
All right, but what would you do if she came after you again?
Probably run if we're being honest. People like that, they get this idea in their heads about who you are and how you're meant to be together and... fuck. It just doesn't matter how ridiculous it is.
I know what you mean. I can't take no for an answer.
Is this the guy that was helping you out with the revolution? Were you shacking up with him or something like that?
No, we weren't even... I mean, yeah, it's the guy, but we weren't... whatever. I don't know how I'm supposed to explain something so crazy I don't even understand it.
Are we gonna have to kill this bloke or what?
Captain, let's just hope it doesn't come to that. Give me a bit of time to figure out our next move. I don't want this crap getting in the way of our mission right now.
Well, hello there, Trouble. Since you asked me to have a super secret meeting with you in my quarters, am I right to assume some manner of fucking is imminent?
As much as I could use that right now, I have something more dangerous I need your help with.
Are you sure it's more dangerous? We could always get Lily up here with those lovely electric nipple clamps of hers, which, by the way, I happen to find out work equally well in a pair of balls.
Captain, focus. I know this is asking a lot, but I need you to be serious for a few minutes, all right?
Yeah, all right, I got you.
All right, here's the deal. I'm, having a problem with an ex-associate. He knows too much about me. About certain personal details. He's threatening to dox me to the Imperium if I don't. Sorry, this is really embarrassing.
Hey, Fortune. It's all right. Just tell me. It can't be that bad.
If I don't, tell him what a great guy he is and hold his hand.
What? Where is that motherfucker? I'm gonna kill him right now. I'm gonna fucking kill him!
Okay, Captain. I know it's bad, and I'm pissed too. But there's a reason why I need your help. This guy, he's a hacker like me. He knows all my strengths, and especially my weaknesses. I already made the mistake of underestimating just how skilled and how fucking vile he can be. That's why I stupidly put myself in danger in the first place.
Alright, who is this cunt? Tell me the whole story.
When I first started to plan the revolution, it was exhausting. There were so many things I had to figure out, and there weren't exactly textbooks on how to crack Imperium-grade military encryption readily available. So I tell my dad I need help, and he says, I know a guy who knows a guy. And the rest is history. To be fair, Oppa warned me that he might be trouble, but I didn't listen. I thought no matter what, there was no way anyone could ever pose a real threat to me. Obviously, I was naive. When I first started talking to him, he was so kind, and he related to me like no one ever had. He said he believed in the revolution and respected me so much.
And you fell for that malarkey?
I felt like he really cared about me. I confided in him. Much more than I should have. We started getting closer, and he started doing these absolutely ridiculous favors for me. I kept saying I wasn't comfortable with it, and this was strictly a friendship for me, but he just kept saying I deserved to be treated right.
Let me guess. He expected all this kindness to be repaid in vagina, and you weren't willing to pay the crazy tax.
Yep. How did you know? That happened after we started hanging out in a VR holo room together. Things seemed off at times, but I just figured he was one of those basement-dwelling weirdos with no social skills or something. I realized I was wrong when he declared us soulmates, and asked me to move in with him, after 3 weeks of us not even dating. He flipped out when I turned him down, and called me ungrateful. He said I was just using him, despite me explicitly saying over and over that I was not interested.
I take it that didn't end well.
It ended with that vindictive fucking loser planting a virus in my systems that almost bricked every single piece of hardware I had. Oh, but it gets even better. I woke up with a delivery at my door the very next morning that had millions of credits of top-tier equipment to replace everything I lost.
Hey, well, at least you got some free stuff out of that deal.
Captain, are you understanding what I'm saying here? He had them delivered to my base. He knew my location, and he wanted me to know that. It was the creepiest, most passive-aggressive fucking thing ever. It was like he was apologizing and threatening my life at the same time. I had to burn the entire place to the ground along with dozens of my identities. It sent me back months. I was far worse off than if he had never helped me in the first place.
Even after all that, you couldn't shake this scrote off your tail?
I managed to avoid him up until this point, but it's kind of hard to stay off someone's radar when an Imperium senator sells you out while you're aboard the ship with the highest bounty in Prodigium's history. He discovered one of my alias inboxes and sent me a rather pleasant message. Captain, every single day that goes by, he's getting closer to breaking the encryption of the Mary Celeste and finding my location again. I'm endangering you all. If we don't go after him now, I don't know what he'll do next. This is my fault, Captain, and I'm not going to let anyone on this ship suffer because I made a mistake and trusted this tool.
I've only got one question then. You know his location?
And that's the thing. He always wanted me to come running to him. But just because I know where he is, doesn't mean this is going to be easy.
Hey, Fortune! It's okay. I get the setup. It's gonna be like fighting your evil twin, but with a dick and without a clue about how the most basic level of interaction works with the opposite sex.
I'll let that one slide. So, are you going to help me or not?
Threats to the safety of my crew aside, I'd be ashamed of a soft cock if I let this clueless moot get away with trying to pull the most beta of behavior on one of me mates. I'll do it.
Then let's prep the Phoenix. We're going in. Oh, and Captain, thanks.
plan? Are we gonna sneak in?
No, security is too good, even for us. Instead, I'm gonna try to sweet talk my way as close to him as possible. That's when we slit his bearded throat. Captain, this is extremely important. This guy's the jealous type. Don't say a word until I give the signal to move in for the kill.
Good as gold. I hear ya.
Who dares approach my dark lair without an appointment? Or even an offering of junk food? Or maid cafe coupons?
It's me, Ralph.
Hi! What are you doing here?
Something terrible just happened. I got your message. It was so nice, and I need someone to talk to right now. I could use a friend.
Of course. Anything for you.
Ralph, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm always here for you, Fortune.
Shut the fuck up.
What was that?
Oh, nothing. I just got a little choked up because that was so sweet of you to say.
So, what's wrong? Are you still mad at me?
Actually, I just wanted to apologize. You were right when you said I was selfish. You did so much for me, and it took me a long time to realize what a good guy you are.
If I'm such a good guy, then why did you show up to my lair in a phoenix?
He calls it his lair! This is a fucking basement!
I will murder you.
Are you sure you're alone?
Yes, I'm alone. I'm just so alone, Ralph. That's why I'm in a phoenix. The Imperium's after me, and I just really need you right now.
Fortune, I'm so sorry. You don't deserve to be alone. You need someone to take care of you. I swear. I'll protect you, the lady.
Oh, fuck me dead!
Damn it, Captain, you had one job to do.
Who the fuck is this guy?
He's just my pilot.
Oh, who am I? I'm just the guy she's telling you not to worry about.
I knew it! You were just using me this whole time while fucking some Chad behind my back!
What's a Chad?
It's an asshole like you that doesn't know how to treat a lady! But you know what? It looks like I was right about Fortune. She's no lady. She's just another Stacy spreading her legs for Chad when she could be with a nice guy like me.
Oh, fuck this. You know what, Ralph? You're right. He is an asshole, okay? But I would still rather fuck him than you. You know why? Because even though he's a complete asshole, at least he's honest. And he knows how to pound me so hard I can barely walk. You're nothing but a delusional, lying sack of shit that can't fucking fathom that maybe the problem isn't that women want to be treated like shit. It's that they would rather have a raging hard dick around than a raging man-child.
You have broken my heart. I loved you, Fortune. I thought we would be together forever. But now you will feel the wrath of a grand wizard!
Ralph, I'm warning you. You either promise to leave me alone now, or we're gonna tear your entire bullshit life apart.
You've already torn me apart, Fortune! You shall soon regret that. Prepare to do battle with my white knights of injustice!
Kill
it up, Ralph? I mean, why do you even want to be with someone that doesn't love you back?
It's your fault! You never even gave me a chance to show you what a nice guy I could be! Prepare to face the 50 fedoras of Reed!
Will you quit your bullshit already? When you dismiss someone like that, you're being just as basic as you think they are.
Your logical and empathetic worldview has no power here! Calling myself nice while being unable to do things for people without expecting something in return is not the problem! You are!
I've had it! We're coming for you, you pathetic troll! You can't hide behind that keyboard forever.
On the contrary, my former lady, let's see how you handle my ultimate defense. The wall of denial! Take your medicine!
You've broken through my wall of denial! I have no defense mechanisms left!
That's right. Not so tough without your highly metaphorical bag of tricks, are you?
Please don't kill me, please!
Not falling for this, Ralph. You might seem weak and pathetic, but I know you're too dangerous to be left alive.
You're right. I knew you wouldn't fall for it. I just needed to get you close enough. If I can't have you, I'm gonna make sure no Chad can!
You simp-lord son of a...
Like it!
Hey, are you okay?
I'm fine. Holy fucking shit! He really just went full murder-suicide on us.
Never trust a man who wears anime boxes, mate.
You tried to emotionally blackmail the wrong girl. So long, you sad little bastard.
May he find the path to Chadness in the afterlife. I have to ask, why do you want to use this bloke's computer so bad?
It's the same reason why this asshole was able to lure me in so easily. He had an insane collection of files from all across the HoloNet. There's one in particular he promised to show me many times, but refused to unless I... you know.
Right. So what is it?
Let's see. Here it is. Holy shit, it's real! I hope you're ready for a good time, Captain. Run newvegas.exe.
Fortune, this is... It looks so real.
I told you, I always wanted to see New Vegas. What better way to do it than with you as my tour guide?
I can't believe it. It's like we're really there.
Come on, Captain. Show a girl around?
This is the red light district. I used to work these alleys. I beat the shit out of so many handsy drunken scroats that I lost count. Legolas or not, I could glass a cunt with the best of them back then.
I bet you could. Let's keep going.
Ah yes, the VIP suite. A lot of rich bastards would come in here and rack up billion credit tabs. It was crazy.
This is so cool. What happened to us, Captain? I mean, the Solars built all this. Look at us now.
We'll rebuild it. One day.
You really think so?
We did it once. We can do it again. Me mate Rocco used to count the take here each morning. There were mountains of chips.
Just to think, we used all these casino profits to fund our navy and colonization efforts. It must have been pretty amazing.
Better than waiting for handouts from Casador and a coven of cunts. We did it our way.
We sure did. Wheel of Future. Huh. Pretty ironic that the Solars got screwed out of one. Wish I'd learned to drive. Can you imagine my dad giving me driving lessons? I've always wanted to see how good you are at this. You know? Ha! Bust. What to do, what to do. Hit me. Oh man, bust. Should I said hit me. Aw man, bust. Good game, Cap. Wanna try again?
What I wouldn't give to be back here for real. The days when I wasn't a washed up mess of a bloke.
I think you've still got it.
A lot's changed since those days, mate. A lot's changed.
Cap, you've got an amazing ship. An entire crew that loves you, and you've come a long way from kicking the shit out of some drunk dickheads in an alley. You're saving the galaxy. I mean, give yourself some fucking credit, Captain. And to be honest, I always knew you were the only one that could help me do it. I didn't think you were also the only one that could make me feel this way.
Fortune, I don't know how to thank you for everything.
You can start by fucking me on top of this poker table. Oh, Captain, I need you. This is so perfect. I almost don't want it to end.
Almost?
Okay, I totally don't want it to end. I'm gonna upload newvegas.exe to the Mary Celeste, so we can come back anytime we want.
That'll be nice and all, but showing you around this place for the first time and seeing those eyes light up about what a beaut New Vegas used to be, that's what got me the most.
I know what you mean. I expected this to be amazing, but being here with you, it changed me. I feel like now I understand what we've lost and what we're fighting for. I'll never forget this, Captain.
Me neither, Trouble. Never.